Today I'd like to show you a little bit about distressing the sandpaper. What you need to distress with is some sandpaper, and I'm just using a used pizza sandpaper. A fairly low grit, it's probably like maybe 60 or 80. And I have my other sandpaper. This torn part does not say, but it's for wet sanding and dry sanding, and I'm pretty sure it's 400.
You can't even really tell it's sandpaper.
You'll go along the edges until you can see the wood peeking through. Anywhere that there was an indentation or something sticking out, I distressed. As you can see right here, this edge is already distressed. And by distressed, basically I mean it's been painted. I've taken sandpaper and I've sanded off some of the paint. And I've done it on the places that stick out a little bit more. So if this was a really old piece of furniture, which is actually refurbished.
It could be an old piece of furniture for all I know.
But if it was a really old piece of furniture, these would be the areas that would have got dinged up and, you know, would have the paint kind of coming off. And that's the whole point of the distressed look. Then down here you can see I've also done it on the blue part. You can see it along here. If you do like any of these furniture projects, feel free to leave me a comment. I would love it if you subscribe, join my little YouTube family here. And if you have questions about the projects, you are more than welcome to ask them, and I will definitely get back to you and answer the question. And if it requires me to make a video to answer your question, then, you know, I'll make a video.
Well, no offense to strangers, but my mom said not to have strangers in your house and show them how to do crafts.
When you're going down along edges that are closer to other pieces that are painted that say like, I don't want to scratch this right here, a little scratch is fine as long as it doesn't cut all the way through the blue, unless I'm looking for that sort of look. But normally you'd want it to go the grain of the wood when you're distressing, not just random. So I'm just really carefully going down the side here, making sure that this edge is not touching this part. You just have to be careful, and you don't want to forget, you know, the parts that you're not looking at, such as, you know, underneath. I mean, you don't want to do underneath, but like the other side of the lathe here. Please excuse my lack of enthusiasm today. I usually record my videos earlier in the day because I'm like a
Early to rise kind of person.
I don't know, an old fart, whatever. I don't mean that rude, I just mean like I go to bed early and I get up early, so half the time I'm making a video. There I go, tell you not to rub it, and I just rubbed it right there. We'll fix that. But no, I'll get up at like 3 in the morning, so usually I'm making these videos when I first had coffee, and it's, I don't even know, 3 o'clock or something, and that's
Like, almost my cutoff time.
no, I don't go to bed at 3, but I'm like done for the day, start helping kiddos with homework or whatever else. Make dinner, we do dinner a little bit earlier.
Early to bed, early to rise. Makes young men and women healthy, wealthy, and wise.
You might notice here that I have kind of scratched a little bit because I wasn't paying attention.
I was talking to you.
And so what I'm going to do now, and I would do this anyway, but this is what your finer grit sandpaper is for, your 220, your 400, whatever, is you want to go back over your areas that you just distressed, that you just sanded, and just kind of smooth them out a little bit. And as you smooth them out, chalk paint. So when you run sandpaper over chalk paint, it is going to leave kind of a chalky look. Once you wipe it off with water or even just with a towel. Anytime you paint something with chalk paint, it does need to be clear coated, but then the coating lasts, it's so durable, it's awesome. But once you clear coat it, you don't see the chalkiness of the chalk paint. Everybody used to want everything new, and now we take things that are new and make them look old. Now I'm just going to go back over it with my finer grit. What I like about about the distressed look is it just kind of brings out all of the features of the table or the item that you're distressing. Without this sanded here, you know, maybe you wouldn't notice that there's a little
indentation.
All the edges and indentations are sanded. I could leave it like this and clear coat it, and I think it would look great. That's how a lot of people do it. One of the things that I really like to do after I distress something, rather than just leaving the wood like raw underneath, you know, just the raw wood color, I like to put stain over it. And it looks really neat because the stain will it'll tone down the blue. The advantage to putting stain over black paint is it makes the paint like absorbs the stain. It just kind of makes it look slicker and almost like black stained wood. The stain over the blue is just going to kind of tone the blue down a little bit. I suggested that you put a clear coat over your paint before you glaze it. That depends. The type of stain that you're using, like how thick it is it like triple coat thick or is it just normal? And then how deep you want the stain to penetrate. I've already done a little test section and I don't want to clear coat this. I like the look of the blue when it soaks in the stain. I'm going to be using a dark brown stain, but when it's wiped off the wood, you'll see that it just leaves a little bit of a residue behind that lets the wood look a little bit more aged. I will show you how I stain after I sand distress. Now the reason I say sand distress is because there are several different ways of distressing, and I'll show you guys that too. So keep watching and I will show you what I'm going to do next with this piece of furniture. Thank you for now. And also, just a reminder, I would love it if you subscribed or liked or shared or any of those things. It would make my day. So have a good one, and I will see you again soon with an update on this piece. Peace out, and have a good day, and thank you.